Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to your monthly reading for March 2026. This is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We're going to jump right in. If you are new to my channel, I'm going to give you your astrological overview, then a full Celtic cross spread. Then we're going to break it down week by week. We'll pull more cards. We'll talk about a couple more aspects. And I'm smiling because there's so many great ones for you. And then the second spread. And yes, you have a little co-host here, Miss Ruby. Miss Ruby. She really wanted to know what's going on with the Aquarians. Now, here's the thing. I already have good news for you, Aquarius. You've been officially accepted to Spiritual Warrior Academy. Yep. Congratulations. Classes start right away. Here's the thing. You're going to be going through a lot of life experiences this month. It's part of the academy, okay? And these experiences, they're going to test you. They're going to test the leader, the role model, the inner hero within you, your vision moving forward. So you get exactly what you want. So you get exactly what you deserve. And you can thank Saturn and Neptune, who paid for your enrollment, okay? And to be honest, they gave you no choice either. So you're gonna be in transformation mode. We're coming right after the great reset, the Great Awakening, the Great Shift, whatever you want to call it, last month, okay? Now, because the Saturn-Neptune conjunction, that was headline news. It was headline news. It hadn't happened in modern human history. And so remember, that's a seeding point. There's you're about to see things change for you, all right? But because it was headline news, a lot of people completely forgot that it happened in the middle of eclipse season. We have another eclipse. But either way, you were asked last month due to the conjunction to start creating your new world. And you're an Aquarius. You're doing an amazing job creating your new reality. But the planets this month, they're gonna say, we want receipts. Prove it. Show me, right? And own it. They want you to own it. And luckily, you've got really great teachers. You got Saturn, your ruler. You have Uranus, your modern ruler. You got Neptune. You got them all. Okay, they're all gonna help guide you into this new era, because this is going to be a month where it's more of an initiation. That's what it's gonna feel like. Yeah, you're gonna start building your new world, and by the middle of the month, you're gonna be expected to make it real. That's what this month is going to be like. But it's going to be fun. It's going to be a fun month. And this is, again, a lot of it is because of the great reset that's happening, the eclipses that are still happening. And when we get to the equinox, March 20th, we have another reset, okay? It's the equinox. But there's a lot of things happening around that time. And all planets will be direct by that time, too. Oh, just wait. Just wait until April, okay? And here's the thing, because we're still in eclipse season, you can expect some radical change. Yeah? You'll notice there's no blue asterisk on this whiteboard that always indicate the best aspects of the month. And that's because if you saw your the March astrology overview live stream that I did, I'll leave it at the end of this video. You're welcome. Yeah. I said that there are no challenging aspects in March. Can you believe that? So these are all great. And there's more in the bag. And there's a lot more that's not even on the whiteboard. But here's the thing. This is a month, again, and I said this in the astrology overview, and there's a lot that I say there that I'm not going to say here, but there's nearly a major aspect every day this month. Some days with 2, some days with 3, some days with 4. So this is a loaded month. And for a month to have like a gazillion aspects and none of them are squares or oppositions. And we're not including, we're talking planet to planet. So we're not including, the moon, right? That's, obviously a whole does its own thing, emotions, feelings, etc. That's pretty bonkersville, okay? This is one of the best months of 2026. But what I also said in the live stream, and you may remember this if you saw your 2026 forecast, there are three really big flashpoints in 2026. It's February, April, and July. And those are the months that are like the movers and shakers where really big things happen. Okay? And you heard me, right? I said February and April. And so March sits right between them. March is it's like a bridge, okay? You're also going to notice that the majority of the planets will be in this one small section in the sky. And they're going to be in Pisces and they're going to be in Aries. Pisces, the last zodiac that represents endings, and Aries, the beginning of the beginning. So there's a little bit more of this old world, new world, okay? This is where you're going to see one of the biggest shifts in your life. There's a lot of money stuff, just letting you know, all right? And here's the thing, that's part of the test too. All the changes that are happening, you're going to be acclimated, you're going to be adapting to them. But one of the biggest things that aspects are going to ask you to do, they're going to ask you, what are you willing to let go for your new era? All right. So I'm just going to cover the major aspects that you have to know. There's just way too much here, so we're going to skip a couple things. And yeah, we'll talk about a lot of them at the end when we break it down week by week. But I really want you to pay attention to the first week. I'm putting a lot of emphasis on the first week, all right? Because next week I will be skipping the first week to do the second week, which is just applesauce, all right? And yeah, class is beginning. I hope you got your pen, your Apple Pen. We're gonna get started. Listen, I'm debating this. Yeah, that doesn't really. Let's just start with Monday, March 2nd. Okay, Mars is moving into Pisces, and this, yeah, the first time in 2 years. Pisces, as you know, is very spiritual, is very emotional, very, intuitive energy, healing, creativity, everything that Mars is like, eh. So here's the thing. You would think that Mars does not do well in Pisces. I beg to differ. And I think you're going to really love this. Mars, by the way, yeah, he likes action movies. He's a gladiator. He's the god warrior. And so what he does when he's in Pisces, he directs all his energy into the spiritual, into the metaphysical, into therapy and healing and the creative arts. He's wading through the infinite emotional waters of Pisces relentlessly, okay? Because, yeah, he's the ruler of Aries, the next sign over. So that's his home. He sees it the way you can see Russia from Alaska. And he just wants to get home. So it's really, really interesting because his conviction is like a mountain. And he's going to be generating all this energy in this dreamy, spiritual seascape of Pisces. And it's Mars. There's going to be ripples. So Mars and Pisces, yeah, it's almost like an awakening within itself. But for the entire month, your soul is going to be lit, as the kids no longer say. And you're going to feel emotionally driven and really passionate. And you're going to take inspired action toward whatever inspires you and what's truly meaningful to you. You're going to have big moments. Pisces rules your second house. So that is self-worth. It's self-value. Mars is giving you that edge. The second house is your values. It's material possessions. A lot of y'all are going to be getting things, buying things, a lot of things that may have to do with, spirituality, but also maybe even for you, there just maybe some things like I just feel like a lot of y'all are just really going to be launching your own thing, like your own business, side gig, So things for that. But also the second house, the big thing here is it's money. It's finances, it's your earning potential, it's your salary, it's income. And so you're really going to be connecting to what you're going to be doing and the money that you're making, how you're going to make money, saving money, budgeting, etc., through a very spiritual lens. Okay? And I know that word it means something different to everybody. So just baseline what brings meaning. Yeah, what's meaningful to you. But it's Mars, so please initiate. All right? You want to use Mars. And it's Mars, Venus, Mercury, and the Sun. You have all the inner planets in Pisces in your second house of money. You're really going to feel this. You're also going to really feel Tuesday, March 3rd, with the total blood moon lunar eclipse in Virgo, 12, 13 degrees. It's happening at around 6 in the morning, my time, Eastern Standard Time, New York City time. Convert that to wherever you live in the world. And if you are in the U.S., yes, you are going to be able to see this. You wake up early, it's going to look beautiful. Here's the thing, okay? Lunar eclipses in general, right? They're 100 times stronger than a full moon. So full moons represent culmination, endings, turning points. And we're in Pisces season with a stellium in Pisces, the last zodiac, which represents endings. There's truly something that's going to be coming to completion around this time. And maybe even a personal reckoning. Because Virgo, this eclipse in Virgo, that's your 8th house. And the 8th house is death and rebirth. It's regeneration, it's transformation, okay? So you're really going to be going through some big changes here. And Virgo also rules, 8th house is like building relationships. There's going to be some focus on relationships, big time, for you around this eclipse, as well as money, because the 8th house is also building your wealth. It's wealth building. It's shared resources. It's investments, inheritance, commissions, royalties, loans, taxes, all of that, joint bank accounts. So again, it's a lunar eclipse. There may be something ending here for your new world, for the new you. And just a reminder, eclipses bring change. They're known to, especially lunar eclipses, are known to eclipse things out of your life. And this eclipse is right on the nodes. So expect some change, faded change. Now, when I say that, a lot of this, the Pisces Virgo axis for you is money, all right? And so there's definitely going to be some money matters mixed with this. But in general, it's the health axis. And so there's some big life lessons here. I mean, we're talking about the nodes, right? And this eclipse. I want you to think about actually what happened for you last September, August to September, even just, I would even say like anything that was like a seeding point with a new moon, solar eclipse in Virgo. We also had that new moon in Virgo. I mean, there was just so much happening. Think about what happened last fall, I would say, because there was just a lot of other things. But when it came to your transformation, when it came to, building your wealth, when it came to relationships, deepening relationships, and that can be love and romance. It could also be, because it's, 8th house is intimacy. It could also be like business partners. It could also be, investors. It could be financial advisors. The 8th house is also like karmic debt, and this is such a karmic eclipse. So there just may be some big moments around this eclipse. But again, the 8th house is also power. It's empowerment. This is that turning point from anything that happened around September. Okay. Now, it's also strong, mutable energy. You're definitely going to be adapting to change or pivoting or even ascending. Yeah. And remember, healing path. There's something here, whatever is ending or reaching another phase, it can be truly cathartic. And it's Mercury ruled. Yeah. So there may be some truth coming to light. There may be some moments where you're being really honest with yourself. I mean, full moons illuminate. There could be some revelations. You may have a new way of thinking. And there may be some nostalgic moments. Okay. Remember, Mercury is retrograde. But I really want you to focus on that health aspect. Okay. And when I say that, that's health in every capacity: spiritual, emotional, physical, mental, even financial for you. Yeah. Your relationship with money, saving money, making money. Um, because the Virgo Pisces axis, like I said, is all about health. So there is very likely a chance that something around this time can show you where you're maybe not taking care of yourself, where you might be putting too much energy into perfectionism. Those would be like the lower expressions of Virgo. Yeah, being really hard on yourself, self-critical, worrying too much, about money, overworking, yeah, burnout, having strict routines, pessimistic thinking, all of that may come up. There are some things that may come up around this, and a lot of it may have to do with work, okay, or your daily routines, but health. Um, just remember, nobody's perfect. Yeah, we're all human, okay? It's a good time to be, easy on yourself. Virgo is purification. You can see this as like a detox as well. Spiritual detox, as well as, literal. I mean, Virgo rules the digestive system, the nervous system, your trust your gut. It is the moon, so full moon, intuition. Break out some sage. Have whatever you need to do. Just release anything that no longer serves your higher good. Okay, protect your time, your health, your heart, your mission. Right. Do some breath work, grounding. It's Virgo, earth sign. Put crystals in water. Yeah, one of my big tips ever. I do. It's amazing. But just again, you're gonna be leaving something behind right here. There's gonna be, and and it may be something about you. All right, something that you cannot take on your new era tour. And if you are a cross watcher, if you watch for your rising sign or your moon, or for your husband, Mickey, or your sister, Michelle, it doesn't matter. Mutable signs: Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, they're all going to feel this the most. Now, if you know your natal chart, if you have any planets 10 to 15 degrees in any of those signs, those planets are going to be aspected. So you would feel it the most. Now, here's the thing. Yes, this is going to go deep. It's your eighth house. The eighth house has depth to it. But when you think about eclipses, when people hear eclipses, they're like, oh no. I want you to know this is actually a really good eclipse. All right. One of the reasons why is because Venus in Pisces, where she's exalted, will sextile Uranus and Taurus. Why is that such a big deal? Well, I hope that you got a Venmo or a bank account, because Venus, the planet of money, and the sign she does her best, which just happens to be your second house, which is money and finances, salary, income. She's connecting with Uranus, your modern ruler, the planet of surprises and the unexpected, in Taurus, the finance sign, Venus's home. And so there's something here. There's something here where I, again, would not be surprised there's positive change with finances, income. You could get an unexpected raise, promotion, things like that. Yeah. There also could be something literally with the home. I mean, Taurus rules your fourth house, which is your domestic sector. It's home and family. It's, your private life. It's the fourth house, right? There could be something here with real estate, property matters as well. Maybe you sell a place. Maybe you open an Airbnb. Whatever it is, there's money matters. And yeah, it's Venus. So for sure, love and relationships, creativity, all of that here as well. I mean, with Uranus, yeah, this is a sextile. This is, a window of opportunity for you to take action, right? But you're definitely going to see some change or even breakthroughs, right? Uranus is breakthroughs in relationships and projects and work and, something that has to do with money. Just Uranus is asking you to, break out of your comfort zone. Okay. And we only have this twice a year. You really want to take advantage of it. There's something here with Venus and Pisces in your second with with Mars, with the sun, everything, right? You have a stellium here in your second house. And so there could be, even just an enormous payoff, some lucrative opportunity. And it is the last aspect you're going to have with an exalted Venus. Now, the other thing is this, you see what's happening, right? After. So this eclipse is already connecting with Jupiter. And Jupiter is luck and good fortune. And so you already have that. Jupiter is in Cancer in your sixth house of work. Yeah. But Jupiter natively rules your second. So there's a lot more emphasis on money here. But six is, work, but also health. So that's why I'm harping on this for you, because you have, overlap here with your sixth house of health, but also work. And so again, something here that you're getting blessed. But the third thing is that Juno, okay, she, Jupiter's wife, yeah, she works in your favor. She's very supportive, especially with relationships, contracts, legal matters, agreements, sacred agreements, love, marriage, business partners, all of that. She's connecting with the nodes as well. There's this amazing nodal axis. She's supporting this eclipse. So I don't even there's likely something here that's going to be formalizing for you. Something really nice coming out of this eclipse for you. All right. And remember, this eclipse in Virgo in your eighth house of, building your wealth. Now, and this could also include maybe even your partner gets a raise or, windfall or just something here that's really nice. Now, and I wouldn't disclude investors. I think I already mentioned that. Thursday, March 5th, that's the exact day that's the peak of Sun trine Jupiter at 15 degrees. And this is just the first of 2 times we'll have it this year. The second time will be in December when Jupiter's in Leo. So there's going to be something nice in December with partnerships and contracts for y'all. But here's the thing. When you have the sun in Pisces, trine the planet of luck and good fortune and wisdom and profit, yeah, who's at his degree of exaltation. I talked about that last week. This is a success magnet. This is, you can expect, this is optimism. This is hope. It's self-belief. It's something like your faith restored in some way around here. Yeah. Opportunities is something that's just going to broaden your horizons. And again, if you're not here for money, it's self-worth, it's self-value, it's material possessions. But I love this. I love what's happening here. You're going to have this, it's like your sense of purpose is locked in. And yes, a lot of emphasis around home and family and real estate. Okay. Now it'll be the water signs, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, that feel this aspect the most. And, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I'm throwing in the earth signs too. And if you have any planets 13 to 17 degrees in any of the water signs in your chart, oh, you're really going to feel this. Now, Friday, March 6th, Venus moves into Aries. She's trying to run away from me. Venus moves into Aries on March 6th. This is fine. She's going to join Saturn and Neptune, who just moved in there. And so, at those very early degrees. And so I would just, again, expect a shift in relationships and money and creative projects. when you do all the math, it a lot of y'all are going to be signing something, or actually even making like verbal agreements. Um, there's also just it looks like you're moving into more of like a leadership role. I wouldn't be surprised, like I said, if you're launching a new project, maybe even a new business, something where you may be selling goods. There's so much that's happening for you, and again, it is a bonkers month, but you're definitely going to feel a lot more confident and driven, assertive in those areas, but also maybe a little less open to compromise. And that's because, the way that Mercury doesn't do well in Pisces and Saturn doesn't do well in Aries, he's in his fall. Uranus feels stuck in Taurus. It's the same thing with Venus. Like she's harmony, she's diplomacy. She doesn't do well in the sign of, I am, right? Aries. So it's not a bad thing. It's just for the rest of the month with Venus and Aries, it just feels like there's going to be a lot of passion in communication for you. Branding, maybe you're branding yourself. Maybe you're doing PR or advertising or marketing. Maybe there's something here with your local community. There's still definitely family stuff. Maybe something with your, siblings or distant relatives. Maybe you're going on a little trip too. But just know with Venus and Aries, there is a little bit of like, what's in it for me? And yes, include yourself in that. Like, you do you, but in a way that serves your purpose, your higher self. Because there's a lot that's about to happen in that Aries area of your chart, and that would be like communication. Okay. Saturday, March 7th, and creative writing too, by the way. I think that you're going to have some opportunities here, and you're going to feel it. Now, Saturday, March 7th, we do have a Mercury Cazimi in Pisces. This, honestly, it's a reset of the mind. It's Mercury, and it's a little interesting for you. You're definitely going to get some sort of download. You're going to have some sort of revelation. You may even have a dream. Pay attention to your dreams. That's sending your messages. Remember, Pisces is very spiritual. I wouldn't be surprised if you astral project. I mean, this is really strong. Mercury's retrograde, though, so remember that. There may be something here where you have a moment of clarity about something that's nostalgic, or a circumstance, event, or someone from your past is going to be on your mind, or you're connecting with them around this time, or you reach out to them, or you make some big announcement. But again, there will be movement here. Okay. Now here's the other thing. It's such a strong week for you. All right. The moon, if you're a subscriber, I always talk about the moon when it's in Scorpio, and the moon will be in Scorpio. Okay. And so the moon will be in Scorpio for a few days from this point forward. Now, the moon in Scorpio, that's another, planet that doesn't do well in a sign. And there's this emotional intensity with the moon in Scorpio, affects relationships, money. But Scorpio does rule your 10th house of career. And so when you have everything that's happening from the eclipse moving forward, even from Mars moving into Pisces moving forward to this point, it just feels like there's a lot that may be happening in terms of work, career, your health, and money. Okay? The great news is that we'll have a grand water trine because the moon in Scorpio will be connecting with Jupiter in Cancer and Mercury in Pisces. And so that is linking up your 6th house of work and the workplace, as well as your 10th house of career and your 2nd house of income and salary. So again, when I see what's happening here, It just feels like there is movement in a new direction when it comes to career. All right. There could be something ending, something new beginning, or you could just feel a strong passion in a new direction. And I would also throw in relationships as well. Scorpio is the native ruler of the eighth, and you're still feeling the energies of the eclipse in Virgo. Now, Venus will conjunct Neptune in Aries that same day. 1 degree. I mean, things, you're initiating things. And this is really great. I mean, Venus is, the lower octave of Neptune. And so this is just taking your creativity to a whole other level. Imagination, the arts, if you're a creative type, if you're an artist, absolutely amazing. This is real, and this is, creative writing. Remember, this is happening in your third house of communication and writing, and just even, again, local community, siblings, distant relatives. This is all about something just really inspiring you. And remember, hemisync. I always talk about hemisync, that flow state. But there's something here with money. Venus is money, right? So in your third house. So you just have a lot of money energy the first week. Also your values, but it's Neptune. I feel like there's something here that's going to really inspire you, something this day. I mean, dream big, right? Dream big. It is a conjunction, so think of it as a seeding point right at 1 degree. And then Sunday, March 8th, happy daylight savings, but also happy, 4 aspects happening this day. And so now you'll have Venus conjunct Saturn at 2 degrees. So even speaking of initiation, right? This is the first time that we've had Venus conjunct Saturn in Aries in 29 years. And there's, again, think of it as a seeding point. Venus is everything that your heart desires, right? Venus is relationships and love and money and your values. And Saturn, your traditional ruler, is all about the long term and commitments. So there's something here that you're making long lasting and communicating. There's something here. You're going to be communicating. There may be something here with the internet, something online. You may be doing something online. A lot of y'all may be taking courses. You may be going back to school. You may be even teaching. I mean, the third house. But it's really more about being curious about something, really exploring something that you may be really passionate about. Now, remember what I said about Venus nor Saturn do well in Aries. So this could also be like a checkpoint, you checking in, or a reality check, that's Saturn, on your desires or your passions. Maybe you're going to ask yourself, am I really committed to this new thing that I want to, move forward? And it could even be a current thing, like with a new phase, new direction. But use this, all right? This is one of those strong aspects I was talking about. This is really strong. And it's heavily karmic, Saturn being karma, right? And don't forget, karma literally means action in Sanskrit. And Saturn, karma, is in the sign of action. So please take action for everything that your heart desires at this point. Focus on money, relationships, your values, but also communicate. I mean, this is your third house, and this is where you're meant to be, for the next 2 years. Your big life lessons, communicating, right? Being a leader, being that, the King of Swords. Okay. The other thing is you just might feel something brewing around this time, something that may need a little bit of, structure, a little bit more discipline, but it really is, there is this leadership role that you're being asked to take on. All right. And it will be the cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, that feel this the most. And if you have any planets 0 to 4 degrees in any of those signs in your chart, you're really going to feel this. Now, Mercury will trine Jupiter that same day. So, once again, I mean, this is like I always talk about divine timing. Now, this is Mercury in your second house of money, trining Jupiter that expands, right? Jupiter that's abundance and Cancer in your sixth house of your daily activities, work, uh, your responsibilities, your duties when it comes to work, the workplace, colleagues, employees, etc. There's there may be something here, all right? Good news that you receive, lucky news, lucky messages, or signs. You may be, again, that Pisces energy, you may be like seeing the signs of something that you needed to see. I mean, this really is a good day to maybe negotiate, maybe pitch something. Even, Pisces energy is like, forgiveness. So maybe there's some apologizing around this time, maybe supporting others, but you're definitely going to feel blessed. And remember, this is two water signs, right? So maybe there's something that's very emotionally moving for you. Maybe something that's really nostalgifying because both planets are still retrograde. And again, circumstances, events, former colleagues, employees from your past, relationships. I mean, they may just be on your mind or coming up to the surface or maybe involved with whatever news you receive. Okay. And again, a lot of it just may be insights that you have. It will be the water signs. I feel this the most, and I am thrown in the earth signs. And the grand water trine, by the way, is still happening, still linking your 10th house of career, 6th house of work, 2nd house of money, okay, up until this point. It's going to be Tuesday, March 10th that Jupiter officially goes direct. You're really going to feel this. You're going to feel this in terms of more momentum, more support, more confidence, especially in work, health, home and family, real estate, but money. Money is a big thing. Remember, Jupiter natively rules your 2nd house of money. So yeah, you're going to love this. And then Friday, March 13th, we will have Mars conjunct the North Node. And then March 15th, that's a Sunday, Mercury will conjunct Mars. And they're both happening in Pisces in your 2nd house of money. Finances, your salary, but also relationships too. And just, again, things that you value. Now, and self-worth and self-value. And we're going to talk about those more next week. And the fact that Ceres is moving into Taurus. And we'll talk about it. Leaving Aries after being there for some time. So the other thing is, I really just want you to pay attention to, there's a cluster of dates here. March 17th to the 21st. I mean, circle this in your calendar with your Apple Pen or whatever you got. This is big. You've got Tuesday, March 17th. We have Mercury conjunct the North Node. And happy St. Patrick's Day. So this is coming after Mercury conjunct Mars conjunct the North Node. They're really, again, this is in your 2nd house. So I want you to, I told you in your February forecast, I said, because we had this on February 12th, Mercury conjuncted the North Node. And I said, when we get to March, Mercury is going to go direct on March 20th, okay, at that same degree. And so from March 17th to March 20th, there's going to be something from around February 12th that's going to come up again, all right? So I told you to pay attention to that date. And, it's the North Node. It's, the node of fate. So I said, be social, communicate. So it could be anything from like a DM conversation that you had. It could be something that you were thinking about around that time. Pay attention. It's going to come back up. All right. And then Wednesday, March 18th. Yeah, we have the new moon and Pisces. So this is happening at 28 degrees. It's one of the best new moons of the year. that's so magical. It's we'll talk more about it in your weekly forecast. Excuse me. But it is a weekly about it is a new moon um in Pisces, the end, 28 degrees, the late degree. I mean, this is the beginning of the end. And you see that we do have the beginning of the beginning, the sun moving into Aries in 2 days. And so, again, a little bit more movement toward we're leaving the old world, moving into the new. Again, what are the best new moons? One of the reasons why is because well, it's a new moon in Pisces in your second house of money. And so there's something here with finances, again, relationships. It's just a very supportive new moon. Uh, we will have the Sun sextile Uranus this day as well, and that's really stimulating. And again, Uranus is your modern ruler. There's going to be change. Uranus is change. Uranus is breakthroughs, and we're out of the squares. Remember, February we had many squares to Uranus. All right, and so that cycle's over. Now they're going to be sextiles, which are harmonious, they're auspicious. Again, these windows of opportunity for you. And so please set intentions. This new moon's going to move you in a new direction. And it's the sun sextile Uranus. So there's optimism here. You're going to have this confidence, but there is going to be change. And a lot of it will be surprising, unexpected. It's linking your second house of money with your fourth house of home. Okay, so there may be something here again with home, family matters. There could be something here with significant other, real estate. But we also have another grand trine with Uranus and Taurus, Sun in Pisces, and Juno in Capricorn. So again, I love this new moon. We'll talk more about it. We'll talk more about it when we get to it. It will be the mutable signs Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces that feel this the most. And if you have any planets 25 to 29 degrees in any of those signs, yeah, you're really going to feel it. You're really going to feel this like end of an era feeling the most. Now, Friday, March 20th, we have the equinox. It's a big deal. The sun moves into Aries, where he's exalted. That's a big deal. We have Mercury going direct. That's a big deal. So happy spring, happy fall if you're in the southern hemisphere. And just a reminder, this is the real new year. All right. I talk about this a lot in the live streams and even in even in every time we come to this point. All right. Just a gentle reminder that for thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of years, this is it. Okay. This is when the year began, the new year. All right. It was just a couple hundred years ago that Pope Gregory decided to change the entire calendar system, the Gregorian calendar. And so you can take any month, November, Novo, Nueve, 9. Yeah, it's not the 11th month. And you can do that with every month. But this right here, March 20th, this is when everything in our world naturally comes to life. So it only makes sense. We all have biofields, right? So we're connected to Earth. You're going to start feeling this sense of, this newness. Everything's just beginning and it just feels really wonderful. It feels really great. So this is definitely going to be a big time because, again, the cluster of aspects that are happening all at the same time. Right at the time of the new moon in Pisces, the beginning of the end, Aries, beginning of the beginning. I mean, this really is a portal around this time. So really just know there's going to be a lot of change, good change, and you're just going to feel a lot more confident. There's this sense of, with the sun in Aries, your third house, you're just going to have a lot of emphasis there in terms of communication, and everything that, there's a lot in the third house. So everything that we already discussed, but, the other thing is it's going to be Saturday, March 21st, when we have Mars trine Jupiter at 15 degrees. So Jupiter's still at his, point of exaltation, his degree of exaltation, because he's just recently went direct. And you're going to feel this, days before, days after. It's one of the best aspects of 2026. It's one of my favorite aspects of all time. I mean, it's already rare in itself. We don't get Mars friend Jupiter often, once a year, every 2 years, but Jupiter hasn't been in Cancer since 2014, where he's exalted. And so we haven't had this in 12 years. And this is Mars and Jupiter, but this is all or nothing, right? This is hashtag gains. It's LFG. Mars is action. Jupiter expands. Jupiter's abundance. And Mars in Pisces, again, your second house of finances, relationships, food too. You could have some really big food moments this month. Self-worth, self-value, but also Jupiter direct at 15 degrees in Cancer in your sixth house. And so again, there just may be something here where you feel a lot of confidence in the direction you're moving. There's something here with work in the workspace. There's something here with health and health matters. There's also something here with just your daily routine, self-improvement. It's really, really nice. Service to others. It feels really good. What else is I mean, there's just so much happening. So let's get started. The last thing I'm gonna tell you is that Wednesday, March 25th, we will have a Saturn Cazimi. On the same day, the sun will sextile Pluto. That's in your sign. So again, just consider this a seeding point. There's something happening here, something new in your third house, right? There's something that you're definitely going to be communicating. Remember, Neptune is, in the mix. And with the sun sextile Pluto, I mean, there's this ascension. There's also this eminence that's happening for Aquarius. Like this is a game-changing month. So let's get started, Aquarius. Let's see what's going on for you for March 2026. Aquarius, sun, moon, and rising. All right. So Aquarius, Team Aquarius. Wow. If you're new to my channel, I am an Aquarius. So we do this together. We are a team, Aquarius. I do a traditional Celtic cross spread, by the way, offers the best overview, especially for a monthly reading. And if we need to pull clarifiers, we will. The other thing is, just again, like I'm just there. It's an overwhelming month. There's a lot happening in March, but I do want to just give you another gentle reminder. The North Node will be moving into your sign, our sign, this summer. And so you're finishing up all these karmic lessons, life lessons with money, right? And soon it's going to just be all about you and partners. Anyway, let's get started. Okay. You know what? I'll give you a sticker. I'm gonna give you. Can you see him? I'm gonna give you Will Ferrell. Okay. Yeah. You want to take a screenshot? Pose for you. You're good. You're really good. I mean, this is just wow. All right. You have the Nine of Cups. So right off the bat, right out the gate. Oh gosh, when Mars moves into Pisces, when you have that eclipse in your eighth, I mean, this is a card of complete satisfaction. You're getting what you want. This is the wish come true card. And this is attributed to Jupiter in Pisces. And so, again, that second house, that's just, you have so much activity in your second house of money. There you go. whatever your wish is, whatever your dream is, this is a lot of enlightenment. You see the cups above his head. You see, I mean, there's just, look at him. He's very high. He's very proud of himself too. All right. As if he's, you know, showing off the cups like they're trophies. So it just feels like there's something here where it can be some achievement. It could be something very validating, something emotionally moving. It's still cups, right? So you're good. You're good as you move into March. And then you have the Ace of Swords in the heart of your spread. And so the fact this just kind of, it just blows my mind is it's the swords, right? Sword suit is like the mental suit, communication, and everything is shifting into your third house of communication and the mind and leadership and victory and success. It's all here. You see the crown, you see, I mean, it's the ace of swords. And ace is, you know, it's a new opportunity. It's this new path. It's a step up. It's the swords as well. So this is like having, you know, a mental breakthrough. It's just something here. A lot of, remember, creative energy that you're going to have. I mean, the third house, come on. It's writing, it's communicating, it's brilliant ideas that can sell, right? There's so much here, but just this brand new path. And it is the biggest sword in the deck. I mean, this is a lot of power in words, in communicating. It's also like, you know, contracts, and agreements, very likely with that third house just so activated. It's you're good. Okay, so you see that there's just even you with this new way of thinking too. Major, right? And then you have the King of Pentacles in your challenge area. Okay, that's fine. It just feels like it's really more about the fact that you have so much energy. You have so much energy in your second house. You're kicking off this month with a lunar eclipse in your 8th house, and then you have a new moon in your second house. I mean, money is just such a big theme for you this month. You have the King of Pentacles, the richest king. In your challenge area, two things here. A, really pay attention to money, okay? Really, I mean, like when I talk about budgeting, when I talk about being on top of your money and your finances, you even have Venus, the planet of money, moving into Aries, right? Where you're becoming a little bit more of a leader in that area, where Saturn and Neptune just had a major conjunction. And so a lot of y'all are just going to find yourselves in a position, you know, it just aligns in a way. It's like third house is like thought leader, Ace of Swords, right? So there's so much here that you're going to see just play out this month. But the other thing is, yeah, there may be someone that could be like an authority or a boss, or even, you know, like a father figure, paternal figure. They're just going to be someone you're going to have to, have a conversation with, but everything's in your favor. They just might be in the way of some things that you need. All right. And B, remember, negotiating is like a big thing for you this month. All right. And so it's almost like you're just sharpening, your skills. But you're going to be fine. You're going to be good. You got the 6 of Wands. I mean, another card of just success. And speaking of eminence, I mean, this is first of all, it's a procession now. And so that horse is going. It's going and going. It hasn't stopped. And this is a card of success and honors and achievements and recognition, that validation I was talking about. And yes, with work, it's wands. Wands are your passions. Wands are, the spirit of fire. So they have that life force energy, but that's amazing. And you're being seen. There's like I said, it's a procession. And so this is indicating that there's more to come. Yeah. with the horses, just trotting along. But it's in your crown, so that's even more amazing. It's like you have, you have this great vision. You have ideas. You know what you want. You're stepping. I gotta pick up my dog again. Sorry. Remember, or if like you're new, she is just not. She's getting better. She's getting better. All right. You also have the Queen of Swords, yeah, and the Reader spread. So, again, just the fact that you've got these two swords that are pointed straight to the sky, and so they're, connected to the divine, to the cosmos. It's true perception here. And remember, Pisces season is just so spiritual. There's a lot of things that are going to do through this, like what's meaningful to me, like what is my, most authentic self, and being honest with myself. And a lot of things are going to see through that lens that I talked about. But Queen of Swords, like, she doesn't mess around. All right. This is someone who knows what she wants. She's the smartest queen, the most intelligent queen. She's also fair. She's very just. And she's very much like the Justice card. And so there's a lot of just like you and your thoughts is what matters most. It's kind of like what I was saying about with the Venus and Aries, because this is all about having like singular thought. It's like no one else's. It's like these are your ideas. This is your plan moving forward. This is, and again, she has great ideas. She's a good listener as well. It's a very Aquarius trait. But it does seem like there's something here moving the needle forward in terms of the ways that you're seeing things and thinking about things are like shifting. You're getting a lot more power and authority as well. And then you have the Empress in your future. I mean, you're good. You're fine. She's a goddess. This is the Empress who is, this is super conscious love. This is high frequency. This is someone, and I think that you did get the Empress last week. Yeah. This is abundance. This is luxury, the lap of luxury. It's the Empress. It's card 3, the birth of new things. The Empress is pregnant as well. Creation. There's something new here. Something that you're getting that you want. There's this big breakthrough that brings you all this abundance, and that would include money. You see the symbol of Venus in her stone-shaped heart. And yeah, I mean, you're good. Let's get to your stuff. You're really good. And the Empress, she really encourages you to live life through your, passions and your pleasures. Then that's what life is, right? And you're gonna, especially when we get to April. Remember April, everything just changes, right? Uranus moves into your 5th, into Gemini. Wow, that's really big. Anyway, and the 5th house is like pleasure, and yeah, we'll talk about it next month. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on, Team Aquarius. Let me get that last card. I'm just seeing if I missed anything. I'm like, but again, it's just like there's just so much happening, right, Ruby? All right, let's see. Yeah. Okay. I'm not even like you saw, like I didn't like there. I'm not like, oh my gosh, it's very rare that I'm speechless. I can't even. I can't even look at it. Like, what is happening here? But yeah, you're freaking good. You're good. One of your best months. One of your best months for sure. And then when we break it down week by week, there's a couple things I'm going to tell you that you're going to love, like we haven't covered yet. But yeah, you got 3 aces. Yeah, the Ace of Wands. Honestly, if there's a month to just put yourself out there, put your energy out there, but put yourself out there, right? Your 3rd house is activated. You have to you don't communicate with yourself, right? You have to go out there, you have to network, you have to, and you're just gonna like move in that direction anyway. And if not networking, it's just, within your role, your job, family, whatever it is, it's like you are just becoming that leader when it does come to communicating. And again, remember, the third house is up here as well. It's like your mind processing things in new ways, and it changes you. The Ace of Wands, I mean, again, wands are your passions. Just think your passions, but a lot of really associated with like work, profession, career as well. Um, yeah, okay. So you also have the Three of Cups. So it looks like you are on your way to celebrate something. You have your whole squad with you, and it may be with your squad, your friends, your family, your colleagues. You have it with the Empress. Come on. Three is a vibration of the Empress, right? This Three of Cups. And this is a card of, they're celebrating the end of a harvest, the end of a great harvest, the beginning of a new harvest. Like, again, another wink and nod to something's ending, something new is beginning for y'all. Coming right after the Empress, all about creation. And again, a lot of creative energy that's happening for you this month. You have that Four of Pentacles. Great. Amazing. Two things here. One, yeah, you're getting a lot more serious about money, saving money, financing, budgeting, whatever it is, right? Making more money, whatever it is. This is all about just, bringing structure into that. And if you're not here for money, like I said, it could just be like the foundations of your life. Yeah, like home and family as well. And the other thing is, yeah, a lot of y'all are just like in a place where you're like, I never want to, penny pinch again or things like that. So things look really good for you because in your final outcome, you have the Ace of Cups. I don't even, I honestly, like, I already lost my voice. I'm trying to like, but I truly am speechless. Okay. So Aquarius, you're good. Yeah. The Ace of Cups, that is, I mean, tears of joy, right? There's a lot of healing in that card, but it's also like another ace. Ace, again, this new path that the universe is offering you, is that hand of spirit, right? And so go forth. I mean, this is the Ace of Cups. So a lot of this has to do with like new relationships, new love, but it's cups are emotions and feelings and intuition as well. But it's cups. There's something here that says, again, tears of joy, something just emotionally moving, this rapturous joy and pleasure that you're gonna feel, you're gonna have. This is something that it's like getting your dream job or having a baby or, falling in love or, getting engaged, getting married. Just think about those moments that you've had in the past that were so strong they brought you to tears, like these big moments. I really honestly am very speechless. Ruby, I really okay, well, so let's break it down. Let's see what's going on for you week by week. I don't know if you all right. So the first week of March, and you don't need any that's the thing, you don't need any clarifiers. This is clear as day. You're off on this brand. Everything's changing. Everything's changing. You're good. Okay, so the first week of March, you are, yeah. Remember, you have Mars moving into Pisces. You have the lunar eclipse in Virgo. You have Venus exile Uranus. You've got the Sun trine Jupiter. You have Venus moving into Aries. You have a Mercury Cazimi, the grand water trine. Venus conjunct Neptune in Aries, and then you also have Venus conjunct Saturn and Mercury trine Jupiter. All in the first week. All in the first week. So let's see. Let's see what's like what you can expect for the first week. The kind of like, what is the big thing for you? What like I can't even, like, I'm so, yeah. Okay. First week of Yeah. First week of March for Aquarius. Um, you, yeah, yeah, Knight of Wands, and that's why, like, you're just ready. You're so ready. You're on a mission. All the knights they bring, they're all on a journey. They're all, they all have a purpose. They're all going after something, and that's your passions. So again, following your passions, feeling very spirited. I mean, honestly, I honestly think that with that eclipse in Virgo, eclipsing something, or even just you leaving something, there's something about you that could be, you're leaving in the past, in the old world. It is, again, not only just like cathartic, but it could just be a big relief for you. And something there could set you free. Hence that Knight of Wands. I love this. I love this. You're good. And he's out to transform his life, like, significantly. You're okay. So let's see so the second week. We'll talk about a lot of this next week, but as soon as the week begins, and maybe pay attention to this, that siren going by. Welcome to Brooklyn. You will have Venus sextile Pluto, and Pluto is in your sign. Venus has moved off into Aries at this point, but Venus sextile Pluto in general, that's money. That's money. That's wealth. That's power. It's sex, money, wealth, power. Jupiter will go direct. And then you've got Mars conjunct the North Node, Mercury conjunct Mars, Ceres moving into Taurus. Let's see what's going on for you the second week. Let's get a little, yeah. Let's see. Oh, you got the Eight of Swords. Yeah. There's got to be something here that you're going to have to face the second week. And a lot of that may have to do with Venus sextile Pluto. That is really strong. And it's, again, there may be something here with career as well. Mars conjunct the North Node is it can be, it's Mars, right? So it can be a little aggressive, but it's with the North Node, right? There's something fated happening around this time. And so you could see a lot of change this week coming after that eclipse as well. And so just keep that in mind. There, you want to, the Eight of Swords, we call it the self-victim card. Like, she put herself there. She didn't want to, there's just some things that she didn't want to face. And she feels like she, built this haven, this sanctuary with these swords, where the reality is it's, prisoner of her thoughts, right? It's a sword suit. And you, at this point, have 3 planets. You have Chiron, you have Eris, you have Ceres, all in Aries in your 3rd house of the mind, while Mercury's retrograde. So just keep that in mind. There's something here. I think you're going to be fine. I think it's just like a little moment, especially, yeah, that's what it is. There's things that there's change that's happening. And you're going to have to adapt with these changes. You can't resist change. And honestly, it's great change. So it could even be like a little bit of like, like a little bit of like nerves and like, oh my gosh, I just got promoted to, the president of the universe. Like, it's going to be a big deal. Like, So, yeah. But even, when you take off that blindfold, oh my gosh, this change that you're about to have. And again, a lot of it may be, career and work for y'all. But the reason why I think that it's because you have the Ace of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Like, you're going to be fine. All right. It could just be a little moment. But you'll be fine. Now, the third week, you got Mercury conjunct the North Node. You have the new moon in Pisces, a really great new moon with the Sun sextile Uranus. You have the equinox, Aries season, Mercury going direct, Mars trine Jupiter, and we do have a Neptune Kazemi that I think you'll love. Let's see what's going on for you for the third week. Ooh, well, how many cards you got here? Stop it. Stop it. Stop. Well, I mean, this tracks, okay? It tracks. You have Justice. It's a highly karmic month. You're cashing in your karma points, but the Ten of Cups. This is all the third week. You know the third week. Remember, cluster of dates and the King of Swords. Out of all those cards, those are the ones that like I can't even like. I don't even know what to say. This is bonkers. Ten of Cups. Yeah, that is. It's actually attributed to Mars and Pisces. It's the third decan. I mean, like you have the Nine of Cups, you have the Ten of Cups. This is like you made it. Happy everything. This is this total enjoyment. Everything is there's this. You see the happy couple too, happy family. Remember, you have a lot of home family stuff throughout the month. This is just this state of nirvana and joy and happiness, and the only rainbow in tarot indicating this promising future. You're great. And then also you have the King of Swords, who is you. Okay, remember, King of Swords attributed to you. And the third week, I think that there is just something here where, again, you are with Justice, the Ten of Cups, and the King of Swords. Again, something, it feels like you went through this life lesson. You went through this change. It was karmic. You're good. You passed the test that the plans were giving you. And remember, I said you're going to be sitting there like the King of Swords. And what I love about this is you got Justice, Ace of Swords, Queen of Swords, the only cards where all the swords are pointed straight to the sky. I mean, I like, yeah, you're good. You also got the pair. You got the King and the Queen. And this could really be a very cerebral month for you too, but in a good way. Now, the last week, yeah, we had the Saturn Kazemi, the Sun sextile Pluto as well. Again, you're activated. Oh, and a big thing, Friday, March 27th. Yeah, we have Saturn sextile Pluto. So remember, that's locked in. That's part of the prism portal with Saturn in Aries sextile Pluto in your sign. That you're gonna have a lot of change. And then Venus will move into Taurus Monday the 30th, the last day. We're gonna talk more about that, and that's more like an April thing. But anyway, there's a lot more that I'm just giving you like okay. So let's see the last week. Aquarius. I've never been let's see it. Last week of March for Aquarius. You shut the I'm actually trying to process everything. Okay, but okay, there. Yeah, I gotta go. That's my dog. But yeah, you got the star. You got your card. Another of your cards. You got the star, the card of your hopes, like everything. This is healing. This is wisdom. This is growth in your world. This is also you being able to just do you, express yourself. There's a sense of freeness. You feel free by the end of the month. Stars aligning for you. Yeah. I don't even know. I just don't know what to. I don't know what to say. Like, you are really, really, really good. You're really good. 3 aces. Come on. 3 aces. The Empress. The Star. Oh my gosh. Okay, so I gotta go. Aquarius, y'all are amazing. Thanks so much. And the bonus spread. Yeah. The second spread. Yeah, I'm now really, really curious. we're going to look at love. We're going to look at career. We're going to look at money. We're going to look at health. We'll look at, everything. We'll pull more cards. And tier 3 members, really good and legendary members. Thank you for being members. And if you and you know where to find the link, anyone's welcome to join. If you like this reading, it'd be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. Tell me what's going on. What is happening here? Is this real? Is this real? Can you tell me? I've never been this speechless. Like, if this is I really, okay, I gotta go. Okay, so yeah, okay. I'll see you next week. All right, thanks so much, Aquarius. Bye bye.